I'm happy to introduce Preet Sandhuu, the founder and director of AVPL International, a drone company. Maybe the first time we see a woman as a founder of a drone company, that too focused into agriculture. Preet, I would like to know what motivated to enter into this field.
Okay, thank you so much for inviting me here. So, when you say that first women into the drone company, so this dialogue I'm not listening for the first time. Recently, we got into agreement with the IIT Kanpur. So there is a new technology we are infusing into the drone. The staff, when we had MOU signing ceremony, so I only heard one liner that this is the first time IIT Kanpur is signing MOU with the company. A woman is founder of the company, and that too into the drone. So yes, it's really a proud moment for me when it's being considered, it's being acknowledged by the people that being a woman, if I'm into the drone company as a founder, so people really appreciate me, and that also is a driving force behind me. So when I talk about my journey, so it started with the trainings. It started with the training into the rural community and into the semi-urban area. So when you go to, since we are into at the moment 70 locations, 12 states. So you as a founder, I am able to travel throughout, and then have seen that people need to put lot of efforts to have a quality life. There are 2-3 reasons. One, either they are not able to pursue their higher education, they are not getting opportunity for jobs, and third, of course, they are not able to move out of their areas. So when we were giving training to the candidates, we are running residential programs also. So we have seen that lot of girls, I mean, they're so well educated, they are so well trained, and they can do wonders in their life, but they're not getting opportunity because there are so many restrictions also. It varies from state to state. So with the journey of 8 years, when we observed these challenges, that if you are training a candidate, right, and the candidate is not able to move out of the place, they are not able to improve their life, then what is the use of these kind of the trainings? It's just one component we are completing. That means we need to think beyond it, because people really want to work, they really want to improve their lives. Since we are having Android phones, smartphones with us, I mean, everyone wants to live good life and better life. And since now into the rural areas, if you see, people have lot of aspirations, right? So then we thought, let's complete a loop. It's not just that training a candidate and leave the candidate. No, because people are not going to the metro cities, they are not going to the urban cities, and they are not going to maintain their lives there, because it's huge responsibility of the family behind in their places. So there should be something which can empower them, which can make their lives easy, and they can stay in their places, at their places, and then they can earn their lives. So we came up with the model, let's create entrepreneurs. India is coming with the long history of struggle and everything, but people here really wants to, if you go back to any rural area, if you talk to anybody, so they would prefer to start their own shop rather than going to the city for a job. So then we thought, let's start working with the thought process of the people who are staying in the rural areas. Then we started with this model that let's create village level entrepreneurs, and now there is a requirement of the drone technology into the agriculture. So let's create drone entrepreneurs. Now when you go and you train candidates into the drone pilot trainings, of course you need to give them drones, and so that they can give drone as a service to the farmers, to the nearby areas, or maybe to other industries in their area. So that's how we entered into the drone ecosystem. We made our first drone of 10 meters payload capacity. Our other drones are in pipeline. So with this vision that let's create lives, let's create some model wherein it's going to impact the lives of the people, and not just the person who we are training, but also the people who are connected to that person.
So how you are engaged with the Drone Didi program?
So Drone Didi it's a very well thought initiative. I mean, the Drone Didi, if the women in a rural area, if the women is empowered, I mean, then our generations are going to be self-sustainable. If a woman is, fulfilled, either it is in the context of the finance, it is either in the context of the work. I mean, this is going to be a huge initiative, not just for the agriculture field, but also for the financial stability of the women in the rural areas. I mean, then they are going to, nurture their children in a way that they can have a fulfilled life. I mean, if you see a lot of problems, violences are happening right now, also happening in the areas, lot of areas. But if a woman is self-sufficient and independent financially, then these things will not be, I'm not saying completely eradicated from the system, but also it is going to going to leave a good impact on the lives of the women. And Drone Didi is going to be a huge initiative. Why, I'll tell you, because for becoming a drone pilot, you need only to have a minimum education qualification is 10th standard, right? In the rural areas, women are only, because they have not got the opportunity to go for the colleges. They are only either senior secondary pass out or maybe 10th standard pass out. If they are trained on the new technology and they are able to generate revenue out of that, I think drone is massive tool to empower our women in the rural area.
Can you give a small brief about your organization, AVPL?
Our organization, we started with me and my husband. We founded this organization in 2016. We started with the skill trainings. Our vision that time goal was to bridge the gap between industry and the academia. So why there is we were very curious because we were fresh pass. He was BTech pass out, I'm MBA pass out. So we were very energetic, minds. We started, let's do something our own, because being a Punjabi coming from Amritsar, there is always a one dream, let's go to Australia, let's go to Canada. So all these are the dreams, So I also applied for some higher studies in New Zealand that time when I met Deep. But due to certain reasons I could not go. Then I met Deep and we thought let's start something of our own. Because we right now also today we feel that we are really career oriented. Both husband and wife, we are really career oriented. We always talk about work, in the office, in the house. So we started with this vision. Let's work something on bridging the gap between industry and academia. Why there is a problem in the supply and demand of the manpower? If there are so many colleges, they are training so many students are being educated every time. They are BTech pass out, BA pass out. Why they are not getting jobs? So we started with the trainings, and then initially we started with the trainings in the campuses only. Then we started with our own institutes, and then we started working with the, of course, government-sponsored programs, with the state skill development missions. And then within that time, the skill mission program got flourished. Then we started training candidates as per the National Skill Qualification Framework. So that's how our journey got started. And then, when there was a end result you wanted to achieve, one is you are doing business because you want to do business, it's okay. But if you are career oriented, if you are passionate, if you really want to, along with the revenues, if you want to really impact the lives of the people, then you always work for the outcome. So when we thought that there is no outcome, you are training candidates but they're not being placed, then what is the use of doing such kind of a business, right? So then we started with the entrepreneurship, encouraging entrepreneurial spirit among the youth, and then with the drone trainings, and then that's how the journey of AVPL International is.
As a concluding fact, what do you think about the future of drone technology?
It's huge. We really need skilled manpower, not just to fly the drone, but also to assemble the drone, for the design of the drone, for the service technician course. That sector has a huge vacuum. To push a ecosystem, it's an entire ecosystem which is new to the country, but to push this kind of the ecosystem, we really need skilled hands, and we need to look beyond drone flying. We need to look beyond just to go and click pictures with the drones. No, that's not the job in the drone ecosystem. We need to create real-time manpower in the drone ecosystem, and then it's going to be huge, because whenever there is a new technology, and other countries look forward for making to commercialize that technology, they look towards Asia, and now India is the first preference for every country to take it picked up in the drone ecosystem.
Okay. So what do you suggest to the Indian farmers?
I only have one, point of view, that farmers, of course, they are the foundational layer of the country. They are the future of the country. And if you see, our future is going to be huge into the agriculture, out of the agriculture only. If farmers are encouraged for the precision farming, they should go for new way of farming. They need to understand, they need to have awareness that what new kind of the technologies are there to make farming easy. If you go to other countries, you see through the vertical farming, people are generating lot of revenues. We need to teach our farmers, or maybe educate our farmers, that they need to have that kind of the mindset wherein they are accepting the technology. There will be flaw initially, but they also need to support us to commercialize the technology.
That's fantastic. That is Preet. Yes, from a training sector going up, and you see how she thought, just not training, making the people entrepreneur. That was a fantastic, and she feels drone technology is the future, and precision technology alone can bring prosperity to Indian agriculture.
Yes.
Thank you, Preet.
Thank you so much, sir. Thanks for inviting me.